Live from Paradise Studios in Massapequa, New York, it's Unger the Radar, starring Randy Unger. Brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Tonight, Randy will be interviewing the cast and crew of the upcoming independent drama film, Broken Hearted. Randy will also be reviewing the new films, Glass and Reign of the Supermen, with special guest critics. And now, here's your host, Randy Unger.
Hey guys, I'm Randy Unger, and welcome to another edition of Unger the Radar, a very special edition. We've got the cast and crew here from the new drama, Broken Hearted. We got filmmaker Joseph Ammendolea.
Close enough.
Damn it! I'll never get that. Ammendolea.
No.
Ammendolea.
Ammendolea. As long as you've seen the movie, you can say it.
Say however you want.
Think of a cannoli.
Right, and we've got a jack of all trades, Dan Shaggy GB. Welcome back.
Yep, I'm always here.
Yeah.
Our first assistant director.
Yes, and an extra too, I believe, right?
Yep, I was asleep in one of the scenes.
Awesome.
Passed out at 1 in the morning going,
And
That's the best part.
one of the ice skaters.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's where I noticed it. And we got lead actress Irene Santos.
Yes, Irene Jean.
Irene Jean Santos. Welcome.
Thank you.
And actress Jennifer Cové. Welcome
Hello.
back. No stranger to the show.
No.
So guys, I saw the film. It's cool. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's like different, you know. And I just want to know, how did you all get
It's a
involved?
really nice way of saying that.
It's a friendly way of saying it.
Yeah, no, I liked it a lot. I thought the acting was awesome, by the way.
Thank you.
So I'm just curious, how did each of you get involved with the film? Joe?
So I had come off Dumped,
Mm-hmm.
which was another feature I'd made, and it wasn't received as well as I liked.
Okay.
And it was like more of a buddy comedy, and people were like, if you want to do film festivals, you need to make dramas. So I wrote something out that was a drama, and I was like, I'll just write The Notebook, but I'll make it modern, I'll get rid of the flashbacks, and let me do something different. I'll tell it through James Marsden's point of view, the good guy, not the Ryan Gosling bad boy, but
Yeah.
like, he's a good guy. Why don't people choose him?
Yeah.
And that's what I tried to explore.
Okay.
And so when I wrote it, I'm like, hey, everyone, I invited a few friends over. I'm going to write a drama, and my dramas usually end up funnier than any comedy I ever write. But it was fairly well received. I did a bunch of rewrites, and then I just begged everyone I know to help.
Nice. Dan?
Well, not everyone. He casted us, so let's
Oh,
make
yeah?
that clear.
All right.
There was no begging involved. We had to.
Oh. How did you get involved, Dan?
Actually, Joe had worked with EternalCon for the cosplayer. That was when I met you with the cosplayer, but we never got to do an interview for that one. You were like, oh, we're going to do an interview, and then never saw you after that. But my friend John, who is the production, something like that. He's a production supervisor for EternalCon. He's like, hey, give my friend Joe a call. He's looking for people to help out with his movie. I was like, all right, sure. So I gave him a call. We met at the Franklin Square Library. We almost got kicked out. And
We were all there for that.
Oh, yeah?
No, that was a different time.
Oh, well, we actually,
different time you
we
got kicked
actually
out.
got kicked out during the audition
we
process.
almost got kicked
Oh,
out.
yes. I do remember that.
Wow. Couldn't find a space to do it? Or?
No, that we didn't like what we were doing with the space.
They
Yeah.
they had this quiet room that we reserved, and they had a limitation of no more than 6 people, and we were rotating people in and out, and they thought that we were causing problems. But we were using the room per their instruction,
Right.
but they didn't like that. So
The way you were to explain this, it sounds very sketchy.
no, like I'd audition somebody.
Right,
I'd say,
right,
okay,
no.
step outside, have the next person come
Okay.
in, then I have somebody else come in.
Okay.
But that was the point of the room, was
Yeah.
to not distract people. They directed us to that room in other times, but
Okay.
whatever, we got through it.
All right.
Movie's done.
Irene, how did you get involved?
So I actually had to audition for it.
Okay, great.
I met with Joe, and I guess I did well because I'm part of the movie. So there's a two audition process. The first time I met with him, I read the script, and then the second time we had to see the chemistry between the characters, and that's where we almost got kicked out.
Perfect.
I mean, it was definitely a first for me.
That should have been in the film. That didn't make the
Right?
cut, right?
To give it like a little preview, what I do is I make the actors come to around wherever I'm going to shoot.
Okay.
Just part of the audition is, can you make it to the location? And if they can, they get a serious consideration.
That's half the battle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's-
can you actually get here? A lot of them say, oh, no, I'm busy, it's too far, can I videotape? I go, I'll let you know, and then I just move on to the ones that show up.
Nice.
And then I sort out from then, and the ones that show up tend to be really good, too, because they're more, I guess, serious about it.
Yeah,
or-
dedicated.
yeah.
And, yeah. Jennifer, you're all the way up there.
Okay.
Hello.
Because I'm so short when I stand up. So I actually had auditioned for another film that Joe did, and it didn't work out. Like it wasn't really something that was my style. But
Okay.
somebody had, actually somebody who's in this film had recommended me.
Okay.
And he didn't tell me that it was a comedy, so I came in with like this serious monologue, and Joe was like, "All right, thanks. I like you though." And he kept me on Facebook. And then when he wrote this one, he actually called me and asked me to come audition for this one.
Okay.
So because this is a drama, and I was like,
Yeah.
I promise I can actually do comedy too. But so I came and auditioned for this one, and I actually loved Stacy because I remember at the time he was like, "Do you want to read for Michelle and Stacy?" And I was like, "Sure," but I'd rather read for Stacy. I liked that part better.
Okay.
No offense. I just felt like it was more me. It was something I'd
Yeah.
rather be. Yeah, and then from there, it was just like a regular audition process, other than him contacting me via Facebook as opposed to like a casting site, which I normally use.
Okay. So it was very casual.
Yeah.
You know what? We actually have the trailer, and I just want to say I saw the film last night, and yeah, it was fresh and original. Like
Thanks.
you see a lot of dramedies, like romantic dramedy. This one, it had something about it, like a undefinable quality, and I think it's going to go very far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
So,
you.
guys, here is the trailer for Broken Hearted.
All people have a need for beauty and intelligence to complete their lives.
Don't bore us with your old dead dude talk.
My area of focus is actually 19th century philosophy.
I met the love of my life.
Super casual, not a relationship kind of a guy.
I don't want to be this guy that has all these casual girlfriends anymore.
But that's what works so well for us. I don't want to feel so unsure of myself all the time.
She's just so different than anyone I've ever met before.
She's a total mind job.
In the friend zone,
Sometimes Ducky gets the girl.
Ducky never gets the girl.
I'm not looking to date anybody.
I got a trick that no one will see coming. How did it all end?
I made a mistake of telling one of his friends he was beating me.
I can't find a job here. She's playing you. She is playing you.
This isn't like you, dude, to get your head wrapped around a girl like this.
What are you doing here, Jack?
Well, congratulations. No, he just abandoned us.
At some point, I just stopped expecting to see him.
Your mother pushed me away.
But at least she stuck around and helped raise us.
Focus on the people who want to be in your life instead of the ones that don't.
Now it's not your problem, leave it to me. Gonna make my own mistakes and then you'll see. Better than I'm feeling in my memory. Don't forget how hard this was before.
And that's Broken Hearted, guys. Good job, well done.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Little shout out to Frantic Jack who provided the music for that soundtrack.
Now,
for that,
I'm curious,
trailer.
there were so many locations. What was it like scouting? What was it like looking for these places to shoot?
Some of it was just the same location. We redressed it a few different
Okay,
ways.
nice.
Got a little creative with that. And then,
Economical.
like the bar that's Coasters in
right.
East Meadow.
That was fun.
That was
Yeah.
Nice shout out.
yeah. That was a good deal. I have to make.
That was a different
Lord.
experience.
I've never had to
Yeah.
get up so early in my life. I actually didn't sleep one time.
Yeah, there's
I
really no getting up. In that. I mean, I remember I went to bed at like 7:00 p.m. to get
the
up at like midnight. Yeah.
That's insane.
God, I was in Jersey that
Yeah.
night, and I had to come back, and I was like, I got there, and I was like,
Joe, what are you doing to your actors
Exactly.
here?
Okay, so what happened was I was gonna try to get the place from like 6 a.m. to they opened at 11. We'd shoot
Okay.
in that time frame, and
That
we
makes
just
sense.
blot out the window. the contact at the bar was like, "Hi, we
got a special guest,
Valentine."
Hello.
Jason.
Catherine. Hi, Kat. Welcome. Another actress from the film. Welcome.
So what happened was he said, "Why don't you guys come at closing? It'd be easier for us, so we don't have to have someone come back and open it up for you. We just hang out and clean up during that time anyway." So I was like, "Let me ask the actors." The actors said okay. I wasn't going to make them show up at 3 a.m. if they weren't okay with it.
Yeah.
And nobody said no. Not a single person objected. I knew it was a mistake.
That's because we didn't know you yet.
That one person didn't show up, and you had to recast it, not from us, but that one. I don't know what her name, the original girl's name was.
She didn't. No, she had a conflict. It didn't have anything to do with the time.
Oh, I thought it was because it was in the
No,
middle.
she actually just had a personal conflict.
Okay.
And so we had to recast.
Gotcha. Kat, welcome.
Hi.
How did you get involved with this wonderful film?
Well, I trekked up from New Jersey, got an audition. I trekked up from New Jersey, I got an audition, all the way to Long Island, and auditioned, and liked me.
Good.
Call back, came back, and
The interesting
like the
thing
script.
about Kat was her part was a lot smaller. Like, after she auditioned, she was very inspiring.
Okay.
So I expanded on her character more. She ended up with a bigger
Yeah, each
role.
of the characters, I could have seen the film like developed around each
Yeah.
of them. It's such a rich character, you know, and even you in the background passed out at the bar. Even that character.
It was memorable, Dan, all right?
Yeah.
Me
I feel like he's really the star of this.
Goes to the bar every week and passes
The unsung
out.
hero of the film.
Yeah.
Me sleeping on the set was always the best.
So, guys, each of you, what were some challenges you guys faced on set? Irene?
The biggest challenge for me was playing Michelle. I can relate to Michelle. I have a few friends that are just like Michelle, and again, you know, everybody's different. But as my character, I'm very strong-minded in general as a person. So having to play Michelle was very challenging for me because it's opposite of who I actually am. Maybe it was me when I was in, like, early college years.
Okay.
I mean, you know, for me, a relationship, I'm very strong-minded,
Yeah.
and I have a good stability when it comes to that, and Michelle's kind of torn between that place.
Kind of in
where she
limbo,
wants to be.
yeah.
So, again, that for me is the biggest challenge. I mean, getting to location at 3 a.m. and working with the cast is a blast. Everything else was just like good.
Cool. Guys in the back,
The
some
most
challenges.
challenging
Yes,
thing?
yes.
I don't know. I've been acting for a really long time, so like there wasn't anything like technically challenging. I think maybe for me like the most challenging is that like in general, and this is every film, like you film out of order. So like a lot of the time I had to like really reacquaint myself with the character because like I relate to her a lot. Like I felt like she's a lot like who I am in real life. But you know, a lot of times I would read a scene and I couldn't remember like what order it came in. So I had to go back and like I was like, did this happen already? Because when you're acting, you kind of put yourself in, or at least I put myself in it. Like I kind of just make myself believe that I'm that person in that moment.
Same headspace.
But like I know all the information from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? So like I have to think like, do I know this already? Like did this happen already? Even if I filmed it already.
It's kind of like you're going back in time in your
yeah,
head.
so it's like hard
back
to
and
like
forth.
know something. You know, so
that's kind of cool and trippy actually.
Yeah, we should write a film about that.
That would be my job as a director.
Yeah.
To be in the right spot. So when we film by location. So we have this location for a couple of days, and that's kind of how you do it. Then you try to film in sequence afterwards. It would be nice to film in sequence, but it's not practical.
That's crazy, and then you just piece it all together later on. Yeah, cool. Kat, some challenges for you?
Yeah, I think this script is very, very like simple. Like it's an everyday life thing. So you think it's easy to just jump in and do it.
Okay.
Where I can do this. But that's what's hard about it because our relationships were really close and we've known each other for so long within the movie and we have to just go in there and do it with strangers. And I think just clicking that on every single time you...
That chemistry,
Yeah.
these people know...
They
showed, know each other.
It definitely showed through. Like you can see it. It's
but it's hard when you're there for the first time and we're filming something that's like 6 scenes in, and these people are supposed to know each other for 20 years, and we just met each other 20 minutes ago.
Well, was there like a rehearsal period or like?
Just a read-through.
There was a
You guys were hanging out a little bit.
We knew each other. We were in contact. It wasn't like we literally met each other that day, but like. You know, I didn't have a history with them. You know, now I text everybody and we chat. But like at the time, it's just like I didn't know.
You know how to make the movie when the movie's over. That's really what happens.
A sigh of relief, right?
But yeah, by the last time we filmed, it was like okay, like we were so into the characters. I think that's why it's like a little different than like a TV show, because those people come every week and they just get to know each other over time. Whereas a film, it's like one and done. So.
Now, was this always a drama, or was it like, could this be a comedy? Because there's a lot of humor in it too.
I
don't know if that was inadvertent.
No, I tend to go that way. When I think I'm getting too dramatic, I go, "This is ridiculous."
Gotta lighten the mood a bit.
Yeah,
there's definitely like Joe funny lines in there though that I don't think are meant to be funny, but like I found them funny because I know his sense of humor.
Well, there would be a scene. We'll talk about a scene I cut out.
Yeah.
Got cut from the script was the scene when the characters were hooking up, and he goes, wait, we can't do this. I have HPV, and she goes, oh, everyone has that. And that made it through to like one of the last versions of the script, and then everyone was like, no, you can't do this. It'll take away from the moment.
It didn't work.
Everyone, everyone.
I like it. I think it's funny.
Right, I thought it was funny too.
It's dark and quirky.
Yeah, but
the problem is not everybody that watches is gonna feel that way. So it's not like a universal.
It was a very romantic moment though, so I wouldn't take it out. So we.
Oh boy.
We squashed it.
It didn't quite go with the mood.
Didn't even get to film it.
Gotcha. So
there was quite a few of those jokes that like I think you just looked at. I looked at everybody.
Yeah.
Going, wait a minute, that was a joke.
Well, actually, Dan is being like very humble right now, but most of the time it was Dan who was like, "Joe, you cannot put this in."
Really? I find that surprising. You're the censor.
Good amount of time.
75% of it was Dan. So.
Wow, Dan, I'm surprised by that.
I'm like slow. Well, you know me.
Yeah, I know you.
We've driven together to two different states, and half the words out of my mouth are F this, F that.
Yeah, many Comic-Con trips.
I will strangle you if you tell me go left one more time.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I run over the idea, film it all, and figure it out in the editing room.
Right.
That's where we were going from.
So, guys, what do you all hope audiences take away from the film? Irene, the star.
What do I hope audiences take away from the film? That they see the friendship that is built around the film between the girls and I, and that with good friends you can get through anything. I hope everybody loves it, and again, it is a relatable film. Like Kat said, it's like an everyday thing, and there is women that go through the things that Michelle went through, the same thing that Stacy went through, the character, and the same thing that Kat went through in the character. So I just hope that women can relate to it and men can relate to it, and they come out of it, being able to think that it's a well-built film.
Cool. Mr. Shaggy, Dan Shaggy GB. What do you hope audiences take away from this? Your hard work.
Don't sleep on set. That's one thing.
Because the whole world will see it.
Yeah,
they will. They will look for you.
Oh, they always look
in that
for me
movie.
when I'm falling asleep. I don't know. Well, I definitely say with Joe with the cinematography, like because basically how the scenes were shot and everything was like how it looks aesthetically. Because I always look at the aesthetics before anything else. And I'm sorry. I'm an aesthetic. I like.
Well, they're part of the aesthetic.
Yeah,
they are.
Wait a minute.
Of course.
The actors are part of the aesthetic.
Okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'm not saying
Actors
right.
are the aesthetic.
The aesthetics.
Coasters.
No,
What are you
not
trying
the-
to say about our aesthetics?
There's another word. It's a different word. It's a different word, I think.
Allure?
Yeah. Well, the cinematography.
Sure.
Yeah,
Play it
okay.
safe with
Yeah,
that.
that's more easier and more my level of thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, how the movie was definitely, you can take a lot away from this. You can go in there going, well, this is how this is supposed to be. No. You go in there going, okay, I know somebody like that.
Right.
I know somebody like that. I've done that a couple
It
times.
feels pretty real.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
like I think I know people like this as well. I know you for sure.
It's not about Dan. Don't worry.
Okay, that's the sequel.
Jesus. Sleeping on set.
Yes.
That's the sequel.
Jennifer, what do you hope to?
I hope that people that watch this feel less. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but like when you watch things and it just seems so out of the ordinary, or even if you're like scrolling on social media and you're like, oh, my life isn't like this. I hope that people watch this and feel like less alone. I guess that's the word that I'm looking for. I mean, it's not like something that's so awe-inspiring or like out of this world drama, and I feel like a lot of people like to watch movies where they're like, oh, that happened to me. Now I don't feel as, like I'm the only person that this happened to.
And it's nice to see a movie that's not about superheroes for a change.
Yes. Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so, very few movies I find nowadays I can relate to. I don't even mean like, oh, the friends are good friends with each other. I mean, like, scenarios. I mean, for example, like my character in this, and I'm not going to spoil anything in it, but like, she's in a very different relationship than, say, Irene's character Michelle, and I feel like I've been in both of those situations before, and to see that on a screen or to even act it, it's like, oh my gosh, like somebody else had to write this. In this case, it's Joe, so that means like other people have had the same experience. So.
Nice. Kat?
Yes, going off of her, like the stigma around Instagram and Facebook and how teenagers have to become this person, and it's just like this whole cyber jealousy that in trying to one-up everyone just through pictures, and then they feel like their life's not good enough. Where this film says, your life is just, it's great how it is. Without problems, you want to be normal.
That's exactly what I meant. Yeah.
You're
I like that.
With
That should have been the tagline, actually.
Your life is great.
It's just great.
This could be your life.
It's like, why not put the imperfections up on a screen?
Yeah.
And all these characters have imperfections, and that's what's kind of nice.
Yeah.
There's nobody in here where you're like, oh, well, this is the true, protagonist or antagonist.
Yeah.
Like, everybody has something that you're like, oh my god, I can't stand this.
It's just
personality
people.
trait.
It's honest, it's real, it's raw, and I liked it a lot. Lastly, Joe, what do you hope audiences take away?
They make me sound so profound.
He's a great, no, he's a great director.
He is.
He is the most efficient. I have to say, the most efficient, on point. Boom, 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 and you're like, I don't know. I learned a lot from this guy.
Nice.
Yeah, I was doing like 4 jobs. What happened was the cinematographer had to quit the day we started production due to personal issues.
Oh, good timing.
So I had to do that job too. So I was doing the camera and the directing at the same time, which is not something I recommend anyone ever do.
Yeah.
Ever.
Also standing on a wheelchair. I don't recommend
Oh,
that.
none of us recommend that.
Dolly shots.
None of us.
That was great.
So I'd be on the wheelchair and Dan would be pushing me.
What about editing? Was that all you?
Yeah, it was all me.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
wore 4 hats that day.
the idea would be, if I want other indie filmmakers to take away, would be how to do this, because I see a lot of them spend a lot of money on stuff that they really shouldn't spend their money on, and maybe not spend their money on stuff they should focus on.
Okay.
So I'd want to inspire them to find ways to spend wisely to make a film.
I hear invest in a good microphone and good sound equipment.
Yeah. Sounds super important.
Yeah.
Joe, why don't you tell them about the time that Joe only screamed at me one time, and that was when I wasn't making any noise because he said I was being too loud.
Actually, I sent Kenny down to do that. I didn't do it myself.
I heard you yelling upstairs.
I was picking up.
He was like,
I know
what's that racket down there? Because I guess you can hear everything on the microphone.
Okay.
And, like, nobody was downstairs. He was like, you got to tell everybody downstairs to be quiet. The TV was off. I was sitting there by myself, and Kenny just comes down and he was like, Joe says you're making too much noise. I swear to you. Kenny looked around and was like, Joe, there's nobody in here.
That was, well, it was like an intimate moment between like Chris and I, so we were like trying to like create a mood.
You guys were hearing stuff.
Yeah, and
it wasn't me though. I got the blame for that.
It was picking up like washing dishes or something, and we were like, are they washing dishes?
Nobody was down there. It was me by myself, alone on the couch.
It was very strange.
Oh my god. All right. Thank you for that little inside
little background
tidbit.
info, yeah.
So guys, we only have a minute left, but yeah, let's go around. What do you guys have working? Are you working on anything special? Any plugs you want to make, Joe?
So the film's actually, we're going to do a preview next Sunday in Belmore. If anyone's interested, you watch the show, just email I like to play with toys productions at yahoo.com, and we can see if we can get you on the list for some free tickets.
Nice. Cool. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Any film festival possibilities?
I've submitted to a few. I don't want to let anything out just yet.
Okay.
I want to see what happens.
Cool.
With that.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Dan, anything you want to plug? You always have stuff going.
I'll plug it later.
You'll plug it. Yeah, you're gonna be here. You're gonna be here. Yeah.
Give everybody else a chance, guys. I always have a laundry list.
Gotcha. Irene, anything coming up?
There's another movie that I worked on. It's called Slumber Party. It's a horror film anthology that's going to be coming out hopefully end of the year, beginning of next year. And there's a short film as well called I Am Real that I'll be assassin in that. So look out for that.
Nice.
And follow me on Instagram and all my social medias. Irene Jean Santos.
Yes, please do. Jennifer Cové.
Well, I'm directing a show right now.
Okay.
It's a musical though. I'm a big, I'm a big
Oh,
theater
yeah, that's
person,
awesome.
so
That's
I have a
awesome.
bunch of theater stuff coming up. I'm still dressing up for parties and children and hospitals, so you can see all that on the internet too.
You're cosplaying with a purpose.
I
like
am
that.
cosplay. That's actually the group I belong to. It's characters with a cause. So
wow.
There you go.
Kind of similar.
And then I also am up for a movie, but I can't say what it is right now until the contract is signed. But if you want to follow me on Instagram, then I'll probably announce it on there. It's j.co100. So
cool.
all
Looking forward to that. Nice. Kat, lastly.
One reason I was late, I apologize.
Okay.
I'm currently working on, like, as a medical doctor on it's about cancer, a brain tumor.
Okay.
One of the actors has a brain tumor, and I'm the assistant of the neurologist.
Okay.
And I'm also shooting a TV series. We're trying to, like, get through festivals and everything.
Okay.
And it's based off of, I have mediumship power, and, like, each one has a different power, but it's psychological.
Ooh.
It's not superpower, but it's a certain power.
Okay.
So doing that, and and just keep grinding away.
Cool.
Living life. That's my experience. Every day. Not normal.
Yeah. No, please. Nothing worse than being normal.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, guys, I want to thank you so much for today. This was amazing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah. Come back anytime. Yeah. And
tomorrow?
Yeah, maybe. But no, actually, Joe and Dan, you're going to sit put because you're going to be here for the film review segment.
Yep.
And that'll be in just one moment after this commercial sponsor.
Bye, guys.
Unger the Radar is brought to you by Magnitude Jewelry. Add a 2 to match your attitude. Patent pending interchange genuine gemstone and crystal EMF protection jewelry. For more information, please visit magnitudejewelry.com/gemgirl or call 718-268-6634.
Hey guys, we're back with Unger the Radar. I'm Randy Unger, and this is our film review segment, and we actually have a special guest, mentalist and magician, Mr. Robin Channing.
Hello.
And
as always.
Yes, and also Kaitlynn Crowley. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Nice. But before the film review segment, did you want to do something impromptu here?
Yeah, you know what? Let me just do something impromptu right now. As a matter of fact, I'd like to recall two. Now, actually, we got the three ladies that were up here before. Could I bring three of you back up, please? All three of you. Yes.
Okay.
And I'll try to keep myself more or less on camera. And
your head.
You've cut your head off.
Okay,
your head's chopped off.
Irene, would you come over here? Yeah, sit next to Andy over here. Right?
Come here with you.
Okay.
Ready?
Please do.
I can't believe I'm actually able to do this. So I was formulating this because we're going to review. We're going to review the one of the movies is Glass.
Yes.
And
Yes.
Kevin Wendell Crumb. I was thinking about him as a concept, and I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to do something with a deck of cards relating to him. Okay. So Irene, you have here the cards. What I'm going to ask you to do is the following. I'm going to go like this. Say stop. Anytime you want to say stop.
Stop.
Okay. Here. All right. So not just one, but you get these as possible selections. Okay. That's a lot. As a matter of fact, think of one of those cards. Think of any one. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the one you're thinking of, take it and put it behind your back, all right? Actually, all of them, put them all behind your back. Okay? And while they're behind your back, mix them up. Okay, mix them up real good, okay? All right? So, we'll see how this all relates in a moment. Okay, I'll take it. Okay? So, one of these is your secret, okay?
Yes.
All right, pick one card. All right, pick one. Okay, pick one. Okay, pick one. Take one. And take one. Right?
I didn't want this.
One of these cards is the one you're thinking of.
Yes.
I'm just sort of less impromptu scripting, right? Improv. Kevin Wendell Crumb, 5 different personalities. One of them is going to be called into the light.
Okay.
Right? That's how this relates. All right? So all of you, with your right hand, hold the cards look at the cards, commit them to memory. Okay? Put them against your chest. Okay? And close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Everybody, close your eyes. Okay? And
do I close my eyes?
No, just look at everybody. Just think of your card. Okay?
Usually this involves my brother giving me a wedgie or something.
Okay, keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Okay. You might feel a sensation. Like a heat or a cold or something. If you happen to feel anything, don't react. Just to make a mental note. Okay. Just make a mental note if you happen to feel anything. Okay. That's good.
All right, Irene.
Okay.
I'm gonna do something really unusual with you. Do you mind if
No.
I?
Tap my head. Go ahead. Don't hurt me, though.
Whichever one of you 5 people felt something like taps or something, raise your left hand.
Shut your mouth.
What?
Okay,
What's your
I
card?
hope I didn't.
No.
Okay. Open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Oh, okay. My eyes
For the
are
first time, name your card.
King of Spades.
King of.
Sorry! Please don't do that.
Open your cards. 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 Notice none of those 4 are King of Spades.
Oh.
You're holding the King of Spades, aren't you? Give it up.
Wow.
Thank you for being called into the light.
You're welcome.
So crazy.
All right.
I'm going to be rewinding that later.
Congratulations. I thought
Intense for
this is
me.
a regular piece
Do
in
you
my
still feel
Times
it?
Square
Are we
show.
still connected?
I think so.
He's the first analyst and therapist.
All right, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
Awesome. Thank you, Robin.
Wow.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Awesome.
That was like a tight minute, I hope.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
That was under time. Yeah, that was good.
Oh my god.
And that relates
Type
to our
2.
first film, Glass.
Yes.
The 3rd installment in
Yes.
the East Trail 177 trilogy, M. Night Shyamalan's trilogy, supernatural, superhuman,
Called that.
Yes.
drama, thriller trilogy. Trilogy.
Trilogy.
And if you don't know, there's an image from the new film. That's the poster for Glass. Basically, it all started in 2000 with Unbreakable.
Yes.
M. Night Shyamalan's, I think, second movie?
Well, his follow-up to
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
So basically, that film, I don't think they knew it at the time that it was going to turn into a trilogy. But basically, 16 years later, they came out with Split. And then after Split, there was a little spoiler that led into Glass. Yeah, Dan.
Originally, in one of the uncut scenes for Unbreakable, he actually talks about how he wanted to use the Horde, which is McAvoy's character,
Yes.
as a character in Unbreakable as his final villain that he fought to show that he's this powerful being that he's like, okay, cool. We're going to have him fight that guy in the end.
Yeah,
but
when he finally
mentions Horde in Unbreakable.
No, it didn't come up, but
it was
the guy that Bruce Willis originally fights in Unbreakable,
Mm-hmm.
like in the rain and stuff.
Yep.
That
Oh,
was
yeah.
supposed to be the Horde at one point.
Okay.
But he
That's why he was so
reworked it.
strong.
Yeah, he
Okay.
decided that was
Yeah.
just better as his own movie.
Okay. I didn't even put that together. That's awesome.
Well, it was
There's a lot of things at this movie that you're just like, you just plug in pieces. You're like, oh my god.
Did M. Night Shyamalan know all along, you think? Like, what happened between 2000 and 2016? Like, something happened.
Well, there was an option to make a sequel to Unbreakable, but it
Yes.
didn't. It got shelved, like any
Yeah.
Hollywood movie. They
been
they look
pretty
into
awesome,
it,
actually.
and they shelved it, and then
Yeah.
I was actually, when Split came out, I was about to give up on M. Night Shyamalan.
Really?
I really was like, just never gonna watch another one of his movies. I watched Split, and I was like,
Yeah.
he pulled me back in.
Well, I think After Earth, that was the one that really did it for everybody.
Avatar, The Last Airbender, did it.
Oh,
for me.
God.
Oh,
That was so
I don't
disappointing.
mention that movie.
I actually thought the girl in the lady in the water, lady in the water.
Right.
I didn't.
I thought it was watchable. It was
watchable.
It wasn't awful.
Yeah.
The Happening is what was really garbage.
Yeah.
I like The Happening. Actually.
You did?
Yeah, I like the emotion in it.
Oh.
The feasibility of it.
You know what? I'll rewatch it. I'll get back to you.
I actually like Mark Wahlberg.
I just don't like him at all.
okay.
He can't act. I don't see the appeal of. But that's another episode. That's another episode.
Whoa, he can act. There's certain acts that he can't do.
Focus on what's
Let's
now.
focus on the topic at hand. So we've got Unbreakable in 2000. 16 years later, we've got the awesome hit Split. James McAvoy, I guess. I mean, he's been acting for a while.
He's incredible.
This is the first movie I was wowed by him. Yes.
Yeah.
I would say he.
Oh yes.
He he carried that movie.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it really wasn't particularly interesting until we saw him. The
That's
other
how
thing
I felt too. I felt like the movie in the beginning was very drawn out, and then all of a sudden you hit him, and it's like one personality, two personality, and you don't know who's coming next. That's what really kind of grabbed me.
And he was dedicated to you believed he was this 10-year-old kid. You know?
Hedwig.
9, sorry.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Samuel L. Jackson was another one that kind of upped the interest in the movie. But until he started being more interactive, and James McAvoy, the rest of the movie was just kind of, the pacing was...
It was off.
Slow.
Yeah,
It was off.
slow.
Oh, wait,
Slow.
you're talking about Split.
Slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about...
Oh,
Glass.
Glass.
Yeah.
With Glass, it was
Split
just.
was
I thought the
good.
pacing was pretty okay. I didn't really have
Yeah.
too many.
Like that first
I disagree
act
with
was,
that because in the beginning it was, like I said before, it was dragged out, and at
doing
at
this.
some points I got this from him.
Yeah.
Get up, you're sleeping. And I was
Wake
like,
up.
oh, sorry,
Wake up.
yeah. And then when the
wake up.
real main points came, that's when I was like, oh my God, look, you know.
The final battle was a little, in my opinion, formulaic, predictable. I wasn't that wowed by that.
I felt like they put it up to a climax.
Yeah.
And then it was like nothing. You didn't
Right.
get what you were trying to,
Right,
that you were waiting
He wanted
for.
his twist at the end instead.
There wasn't
Yeah.
much of a
it was-
twist. It was just a battle in any superhero movie.
Yeah.
It's the post-battle twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's saying, I'm going to take you here, he doesn't take you there, and then he throws in the twist.
Yeah. I think McAvoy killed it. He
was amazing.
he is the main.
He needs
He needs more roles. Like
Well,
better. Like I don't know.
He
Well,
needs
there's
a.
only so many
Wanted
roles where
to?
you play multiple personalities.
No, that's not what I
Yeah.
meant.
But
Yeah, Robin.
from what I've seen of James McAvoy, not just in Split, where he Split and Glass, where you can just play multiple personalities, and, and you really empathize with or feel for each character.
Yeah.
Whether you're feeling for the Kevin Wendell Crumb core character, you feel a sense of sympathy and empathy.
He
for him.
is struggling.
Yeah.
This is a personal struggle. It's an internal. It's like a battle.
And then when the beast comes
like
out, you feel this sense of dread.
Just like, oh, that's not.
You feel different things for each character that comes to the surface, which that's very difficult. I applaud James McAvoy for being able to pull that off.
Agreed.
Which leads me to end, like I was saying, that's why I loved his role in this, because even if you take yourself out, even of the movie, somebody dealing with that mentally, like you have multiple personalities depending on what trauma or whatever happened to you, and it's not even like usually people even have 2 or 3.
Right. This
He
is
has
like
20, like 25.
Something like that. Yeah.
So like it's to lose your own self as a person. Like
Right.
let's say like I'm just using Dan as an example, like Dan, and then all of a sudden you have this person
Yeah.
hiding him. I felt like that his role was incredible to that effect.
So that means that there were like 25 life-altering experiences that kind of forged each personality.
I'm not saying life-altering. It could be that way,
Yeah.
or just his mind going, I need to block this pain. I need to block this pain.
Yeah.
I need to block this pain. And he just creates a personality depending on what's around him.
Yeah.
And it totally, like, he goes internal, and then Kevin is lost.
Now he wasn't nominated for. Was he nominated for any awards for Split?
I hope so.
Probably some like offbeat awards.
I think he deserves an Oscar at least a nomination.
Something.
Because that's a challenge I don't think I've ever seen in an actor before.
Like the little Spanish guy out of nowhere. It's just like
Yeah, he was great. I loved that one. I wish he brought that out more.
Even that prim English woman.
Oh God, Norma.
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 Yeah.
If you let her get any closer, she would have killed your ass.
Oh.
So good.
Well then.
It's like a lot of range within one movie. Not just most people show that kind of a range over the course of a career. Here was like a tremendous amount of range within one character.
And in the depiction of flashing lights. So every time that light flashed, it was a different person.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
and it's not even just the vocal. You just saw his eyes, his physical appearance change.
Yeah.
And to me, that,
tightening up,
especially
to me, that was
the
incredible.
veins in the neck.
Veins
Yeah,
in
yeah,
his
yeah.
neck, and then when he turned to which one was it? David?
Dennis.
Dennis, or whichever one, where it was the
Trisha.
neat freak. You just saw, like literally, I saw his
Mm-hmm.
facial structure and his like neck was just changed. I was like, wow.
You saw everything just go.
Yeah.
The man can act. That's for sure.
Flip of a switch.
Yeah.
Done. I thought that was incredible.
Anyone who can step into, Patrick Stewart's shoes has to be able to act.
Yeah, right?
Touche.
Absolutely.
Touche. So, guys, a little bit of trivia, M. Night Shyamalan trivia. What movie did M. Night was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Director?
Sixth Sense?
Any of
Yeah,
you guys.
that's it.
There you go. Any of you guys have that.
I was going to try to build up the suspense a little, but you knew.
It's like no, that's just.
All right, here's a harder one. Which actress played Mel Gibson's daughter in Signs?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Wasn't that the Pepsi girl?
No.
I don't know.
That was one
Pepsi.
That was one of the Fannings.
Oh, no, Abigail something. Breslin?
Yep, you got it again.
Yeah.
All right. And thus concludes our trivia segment.
I'm not supposed to answer?
No, but you knew them very well.
Wins.
Thank you, though. All right, guys, so that's Glass, and yay or nay, should people go see it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's a little, like I said, it drags out a little bit.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you did not see the first two movies, you should watch the first two movies.
Yeah.
Because in Glass, there's a lot of depictions where it's like, oh. And then the moment where we both literally there was a point and we both looked at each other like, oh my god, like it was
So
just this shock on our faces.
It's 2 O's and then oh my god.
You could watch.
That's the M. Night effect.
You could watch Split without seeing Unbreakable, but you can't watch Glass without seeing Unbreakable.
You can't see Glass without seeing Split, I think.
Both of them.
I don't think I could have left out Unbreakable actually. Yeah.
No, you need Unbreakable
You really
first.
need
You
Unbreakable.
really need Unbreakable to
I don't
understand what
know.
happens in Glass. Yeah.
Yeah, because the big reveal in Unbreakable is part of what happens in Glass.
Okay.
Glass, yeah.
No, I like
that, and it also established Bruce Willis's character, the Overseer, and Mr. Glass himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You know.
Split was more of you figure out who Kevin is, and then when and then that's why I feel like you should see both to get a sense of both. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Fair
you
enough.
need to see kind of like all the idea, like the gaps that you would fill in Glass. Those two actually fill.
But if you're walking into Glass looking for like a movie, it's good.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's drawn out, but at the end, it's cool. You got a climax. You didn't get what you wanted, but you got another twist. I feel like it's the Scott Cawthon of Five Nights at Freddy's. You get an answer, but then you have 90 other questions you're asking. So that's why I feel like if they're going to
I think the movie could have benefited from some tighter editing.
Yeah.
To be honest. Because it was over 2 hours, I believe. Like this could have been shorter.
It was.
It was over 2 hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We went in at 9. We got out at 12. Like it was.
I thought it was like 2 hours and change. I thought
It was over 2 hours.
But you know what? It feels longer because M. Night Shyamalan tends towards having a slow, deliberate pace in his movies.
Yeah.
So they feel longer than they actually are.
He's such a his timing, his pacing is so good.
Yeah.
It's just so unique.
That's just
That's
his
our
style,
complaint,
so-
and that's what you admire about him. It's so funny.
Drawn out in the beginning.
So
tomato, right?
Babe,
that's
get up,
his
you're
movie.
sleeping. What?
A lot of his movies he draws them out. You know,
Yeah, no, like in Signs, that's another one.
right? Even Sixth Sense, you know.
Yeah.
That slow, deliberate pacing.
I liked it. It's
his
just it
camera
builds
angles in
tension.
that movie was just terrible.
What one?
Signs.
You thought it was terrible?
I love Signs. That's like his best
I
film.
liked Signs, but I hated every camera angle because every time they're like, "Okay, we're gonna put something on the focus of this."
That's actually
Hand the
valid.
camera away.
Wait.
Why would you do that?
What about the scene of the alien in the reflection of the TV?
That
Come
actually
on.
I liked.
That was scary as hell. I was like, what, 17?
Yeah,
I was
that
still scared.
I'm not saying anything like that. That was good, but like every other camera angle was like, why would he do that? Hold it away from him.
I also felt that Glass was going to be a little bit more thrilling. Like Split, he knows. I was kind of really terrified, but
The whole
Glass, I
Split
was
is
like,
basically a horror film, like a horror thriller.
Yeah.
It's really not. I wouldn't call it a superhero film at all.
Yeah.
This Glass, it's definitely a superhero thriller.
it led into the superhero.
Yeah.
aspect.
But yeah, I think people should go see it, and they should go see the first two films for sure.
Yes.
Definitely Split. Definitely Split.
Definitely Unbreakable first. Definitely
Yeah.
Unbreakable
You
to
gotta do it.
understand Glass, but if you want to understand the Beast, watch
Yeah.
Randy,
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to one of our mutual friends, Vincent Bonfanti, because
Yeah.
I bumped into him as he was walking out of the theater, just as I was walking in to see Glass.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
And I'm going to quote him
That's
because
funny.
the only thing he told me that counts as a spoiler was that you're either going to love it or hate it.
Oh.
All right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I read the reviews afterwards.
That's true.
I've encountered a lot of people who hated it with a passion, so much so that
I thought it was
span
just
of
okay.
other people
I didn't love it or hate it.
But
thought
then
it
there
was
are people who
I liked
loved it.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Kevin was my favorite part of the whole movie.
Yeah.
Other than
I
that,
did like it a lot.
Okay.
I'm kind of with you on that one,
It was
but
good, but it was
was alright.
I'm going to carefully recommend Glass in the sense that if you're willing to invest in the characters of Unbreakable and Split, then you're going to dig Glass, I feel.
I think all three films warrant multiple viewings, actually.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot going on in there.
There's a lot of subtleties, a lot of subliminal
There's a lot of
stuff going on.
a lot of relationships between the characters. Yeah. So
Shag and I were even talking about how there was some really, really, really subtle, even to the point of belief, like subliminal foreshadowing.
Okay.
That was it was just like there was something there, but it was kind of like the payoff was like too late, too little.
Gotcha. All right, guys. So for time, let's move into our second film and final film for today. Yes. And we've got the Reign of the Supermen. And he's wearing
dressed appropriately.
The insignia.
So can we actually talk about the origin of Reign of Supermen?
You mean the comic book?
Yeah. So
From
it
the
actually.
90s?
I'll try to give it a quick summation.
Yeah.
It actually started out from the show Lois and Clark. Lois and Clark was this big show on ABC.
Dean Cain and Terry
they
Hatcher.
were going to drag out their nuptial for a while. And so they couldn't hook them up in the comics. So to come up with a way to drag out the comic book, they decided to kill off Superman and drag out a storyline where they kill him off, they bring him back to life, and that's how we got Reign of Superman.
Right.
And
it's a pretty epic storyline. It's, they just wanted to sell comic books.
Just read the
Let's
comic.
kill Superman. Like, what? That's not possible.
The death of Superman was.
Yeah, that was in 1992.
They got married, and they got married on the show around the same time.
No, wait. In the comics, did Lois and Clark got married before he got
They
killed?
were engaged.
They were engaged
before they killed him off, but they wanted to delay the wedding. So that's how they did that.
Okay.
So also, they were trying to get to like a certain issue number. That was what it was.
Right. That too.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And basically, the DC animated universe is vast for the past, 20 years, even into 92 with Batman the animated series. And they've been they tell the greatest DC stories on motion picture. It's crazy.
Which is why I was very disappointed in this.
If only they could transfer some of that care into their live action.
I know, right? But you know what? It's okay.
That's a whole other episode.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you.
That's something else.
That's
There's
something
the
else.
train wreck you have to watch, which is terrible. But anyway.
Yeah.
But
Anyway.
like you were saying, where I think they should take their care into the comics and everything and transfer into
Focus that energy.
energy. I feel like they should have really done this for this film because honestly, I was extremely disappointed.
You were let down by this.
I was let down by this. I thought this was a terrible film, and when it even comes to DC with what was it? Crap, forgot it.
Doomsday. No.
No.
Doomsday,
Death
that
of
was
Superman?
I thought that was
Death of Superman.
that was
good.
disappointing.
We're talking animated or live action?
Animated. And that's why I'm really disappointed in this because their animated films are incredible.
Right.
At least some of them. But this is one of the ones where I was just like, this is complete garbage. I'm sorry, I hated it.
And Rainn Wilson's voice as Lex Luthor, I didn't buy that.
It was too comedic. Actually.
Yeah.
It was too silly.
You need bring back Clancy Brown. I mean, come on.
He was the voice of Eradicator. Actually,
Oh, was he?
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So basically, you've got Eradicator, who I'm not good on the Superman history.
Well, just because I probably know about the same amount as Joe here, but I know a little bit more comic knowledge of it. The four Supermen were Eradicator, Steel, Superboy, and Cyborg Superman.
Right.
Yes.
Cyborg Superman basically came out of nowhere, and he was basically from, well, no
They
spoilers.
actually had the origin pretty correct.
Yeah, it was actually correct with that, except the dark side element.
Right. That was annoying.
Hank
the dark side.
Hank Henshaw, was it Hank? Yeah,
Yeah.
Hank Henshaw
Cyborg, yeah.
was the Cyborg
Spoiler.
Superman. He basically died, he became integrated with some kind of computer thing like Brainiac, but then became Cyborg Superman because he wanted to ruin Superman's whole reputation.
Right.
Eradicator was basically kind of like a temporary body for Clark's powers.
He was a Kryptonian entity, right?
He wasn't even a Kryptonian entity. It was basically a vessel that kept Superman's whole being in place while Clark healed in his little capsule.
But this guy was total badass.
But
he
he
was
was just
dispensing justice, cold hard.
It was literally, he was computer.
He didn't care about people.
He was just a robot.
Yeah.
He was just basically, I'm a computer. This is
yeah.
wrong. I'm gonna kill you. This is right. Okay, I'm gonna let you live. Steel was basically John Henry Adams.
I feel like he's like the new cars that they're doing. That's like the what is it? The AI cars that are they tell the whole thing and it's
They
like
just forget the human element.
They have
it's
that
a
time
self-driving
cop.
Superman. Like
Yeah,
why
pretty
would you
much.
do this?
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
But, John
So
Henry Adams.
actually, the film or the movie kind of switches from the comic, which is natural. You can't do it word for word.
Yeah.
But
Right, unfortunately.
Page for page, but they kind of lost something in the fact that they cut out Mongol, right?
Mongol was
And
one of the
destroying an entire city and making Green Lantern go crazy and turn evil and becoming Parallax, which was the stupidest name for a villain.
Yeah.
What did I say?
But they kind of just cut out all that potential there and just went into.
I think DC will smooth that over in a future film. They have a way of doing that.
Their animated
When
movies
are they
though are
smoothing anything over?
hit or
I'm
miss.
still waiting for the smooth over.
It sounded like when watching that movie, it seemed like we have to get a product out, and they kind of rushed every little bit. It's like, okay, we're gonna combine like this was over a year span, like maybe a year and a half span. It was over 100 to 200 comics of everything being like, okay, what's going on in Gotham? What's going on in this? What's going on with that? Everything was touched by Superman.
Yeah.
It was like this was all affected, and they boiled it down to an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And the characters were sacrificed for it, so you don't really get to learn about each of the Supermen.
Yeah.
And what they're like.
They're so brilliantly drawn, and the comic books are so good.
Like
I don't know.
I feel like they just was like, here's the reign of Superman. They just throw it in your face, and you're like, who is this person? Where did Superman
They just
come
get
from?
the execs get this idea, and it's like, let's turn it into a movie. Okay, that'll sell. That'll make money.
And it's always dark side.
DC.
I think the only time they actually gave an origin of anyone was with Superboy. They're like, by the way, I'm going to keep calling you son because guess what? You are. It's like, oh.
Yeah, you're my clone baby.
You're a clone of Superman and
Lex.
And it's that's the only thing I was like, okay, they brought that in.
One tiny bit of history I'd like to interject about this is that DC with their animated movies has been, for the past several movies, following the New 52 continuity.
Yeah, that's true. That's another episode.
So that's like, so they're kind of
the worst thing that ever happened to comic book.
Paraphrasing as much as possible Death of Superman and Reign of Superman.
I mean, I get it. Let's inject some new life into it.
They don't even do the New 52 anymore, and now they're pigeonholed into this
literally
animated universe.
They destroyed it.
They destroyed it.
Because it was
terrible.
It was lame. Who wants to buy a Action Comics Volume 1, Number 1, Volume 2, Number 1? Nobody.
Yeah.
You want to buy an Action Comics Volume 1, Number 100. What was it? Number 1000 was what they were going up to.
Silly.
They just completely just trashed their entire, like, the new readers they picked up, they lost me. I've never bought another DC comic book after that.
Yeah, I haven't read a comic really. I mean, I picked up a few years ago, but I'm more of a movie guy.
At this point, they get Wikipedia from me. That's pretty much it.
So, guys, a little trivia for Superman. Who is your favorite? It's not trivia. Who is your favorite Superman villain?
So it's more of a poll.
Yeah.
Ooh,
other than Lex Luthor.
Other than Lex Luthor.
Yes, that's cheating. Robin.
Right now, I'm thinking about Cyborg Superman, especially the way he was portrayed in Reign of the Superman. I know you. I can't remember. I liked it. I liked it.
Okay.
All right. So, I like that he had this whole personal vendetta as Hank Henshaw and so forth. I like the way that was built up because Hank Henshaw was established in Death of Superman.
Yeah.
That animated movie, and I liked how everything was just brought together. So
Okay.
Right now, I'm going with Cyborg Superman.
Okay, Joe.
Batman? I don't know. That's it.
I knew that was coming. I'm like, just gonna
That
say
was
no.
Other than Lex
That was
Luthor,
good.
but
That was
we're
good.
talking Dark Knight Returns, the book, not Batman
Not
versus
the-
Superman. Not the movie.
The bat flap.
Batman
Not
Year
that
One.
movie.
that car crash? Okay. That
bad.
car crash.
Not Batman. I'm sorry. Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns.
That'd be a train wreck.
Nice. Shaggy.
Oh, okay. So I had a good one. Then she said it, and I was like, "Oh,
Say it. I don't care. I'll agree with you.
I have a good one. I can't remember. Kaitlynn, go. Because I completely
I
forgot.
said Doomsday.
Okay.
That's pretty
what
awesome. The creature who killed.
Yes,
Yep.
but the only reason that's the only kind of thing I'm not really okay. This is gonna sound really weird. I'm not a Superman fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Supergirl fan, so I know
Okay.
a lot about Supergirl, not Superman. but because that's my main cosplay.
The audience is going nuts right
Yeah.
Right,
That's
get a shout out going. Right.
So, Dan, do you have one, or should I just segue into the next thing?
No, it would be, it might be Mixaplexia.
Mixaspitler.
Oh, Mr. McZess. Nice.
Mr. Unpronounceable name.
Yeah.
Voiced by Gilbert Gottfried in the animated
Yes.
series.
And that would be the only reason that I liked him, because how do you get away from people that go like this all the time?
Yeah.
I took down an elephant. Great.
Nice. All right, guys. So, Reign of the Superman is out now on digital, and it's also going to be on Ultra HD Blu-ray Combo Pack and Blu-ray Combo Pack January 29th. So check that out. Yes. Didn't say that.
Save your money.
$20, you son of a...
It was sort of worth it.
No, it wasn't.
It was not worth it.
All right.
I'm the minority opinion. I highly recommend Reign of Superman with Death of Superman.
Yeah.
So,
We agree to disagree.
all right, there you go.
So, guys, very quickly, plugs. I know you guys are good, right?
Oh, I'm not...
You're good. All right. Kaitlynn, anything you want to Any
I
shout
like to
outs?
play with toysproductions.com.
There you go.
Whatever really finding, you can find me on Lithia's Cosplay on Facebook. I'm now actually starting to do more cosplays now and getting into it thanks to this one. We're going to be starting our YouTube channel very soon.
Channel Nonsense.
Really?
Channel Nonsense,
Okay.
yes. So it's going to be gaming and a lot of stuff.
Little. And this silly
crazy
bastard is going to be our editor.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's going to help
we're
us
gonna
out
start
on
very
lunchtime.
soon.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the name of the channel?
Camera. Come on, man.
What is it? Channel Nonsense.
Channel
That-
Nonsense.
He makes up everything.
I love
just
it.
always
I love it.
play this game, and this is going to happen. So.
Pretty much.
Sweet. Looking forward to that. Mr. Channing in the back now.
Yes. As far as public venues, you can find me at LOL Comedy Club still in the heart of Times Square, New York. I do headline that place every now and then. As a matter of fact, I'll be there this Saturday, so if anyone wants to check me out, LOL Comedy Club, Times Square Magic. And I'm also available for any and all private and public social gatherings. I'm for hire, so, corporate especially. So, yay. You got my card. All right.
Cool.
And also, I'm on social media as well. I got a Facebook, I got a Twitter, and my Instagram has somehow become a food porn blog / selfie blog. So, all right. So, yeah, that's basically me.
Sweet. All right, so a couple plugs from me. We've got the new comedic action mini-movie satirizing the entertainment industry, The Big Break, and it's the millennial apocalypse and the high pursuit of fame. It's directed by Gil Freston and features David Arquette. You can check that out on video.vice.com. Also, some sponsor plugs, Magnitude Jewelry. January 27th, the Empowered Path Psychic and Wellness Fair at the Radisson Hotel. February 2nd to the 3rd, the New Life Expo in Boca Raton, Florida. February 22nd to 24th, the Original Psychic Fair. Oops, sorry. Skip that out. We got...
Hold on, guys.
Yeah. So much going on. February 22nd, 24th, Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles. We've got March 3rd, the Wellness Conference in Staten Island, New York. March 10th, the Original Psychic Fair in Glen Cove, New York.
Gotta go.
March 22nd to 24th, the New Life Expo at the New Yorker Hotel, and plenty more to come. And also, if you mention Unger the Radar, you get a special extra discount on that. So, guys,
Marvelous. You did that very well.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. I'm out of breath. So, guys, I want to thank you so much for being here today. I want to thank all the guests, the cast and crew of Broken Hearted. You guys are awesome. And yeah, this was another great episode, and I want to thank everyone watching at home and on your devices. I've been your host, Randy Unger. This is Unger the Radar, and we will see you again next week. Take care, guys.
Okay, take care.
Unger the Radar is all new next week with more movie reviews and interviews on Strong Island radio and television. Stay tuned. We'll see you next week.